is weird, odd, strange, or just plain bizarre is really your cup of tea, then the Golden State Media Concepts Weird News Podcast will give you that fix. Can't believe it? Well, listen for yourself as we deliver the strangest news you definitely won't find on CNN or Fox. It's the Golden State Media Concepts Weird News Podcast.
Welcome to the GSMC Weird News Podcast, brought to you by GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Arianne, and I'm always joined by the wonderful Heidi.
Hello.
Today, our first topic is going to be about a police department in Alabama. I want to say that it's called OP Police Department. So OP is probably like the town or city or whatever. So it's OPP, OP Police Department. But this small town police department in Alabama has allegedly said that Satan is responsible for this recent spike in homicides.
This is ridiculous.
Satan, people, is responsible. So on the OP Police Department Facebook page, they shared it was like a really long post, and it was like in all caps, but this is just like the middle section of it. It
was in all caps?
Yeah, they like all capitalized.
That's like when like your grandma doesn't know how to text.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, sweetie.
Yeah, you're like, why are you yelling at me through text?
But yeah, that's what they did. It was all caps. Anyway, they mentioned a few of the homicides. Like at the beginning, they mentioned like a woman who had been killed, another family, and then they said this in the middle. It says, "This is happening because we have turned away from God and embraced Satan. We may not have meant to do so, but we have. It is time to ask God's help to stop this." So I don't know why. Why?
I'm like speechless.
Me too.
I feel like that's like giving up on your job.
It is.
I feel like you're just like, well, we can't figure it out. It's probably all of you.
It's the people who enjoy Satan.
Yeah.
Really? I don't know. The post has since been deleted, but
oh, good.
Yeah. Because
by Satan. It was deleted by Satan. Probably.
Yeah. But the police, they stated that there've been 5 reported homicides this year alone, 2018.
Oh, wow.
Or, last year, 2018. And police department said, according to the FBI's Uniform Crime Reporting Program, that there have only been, since 2007 to 2017, only 2 reported homicides in that town. So to have 5 this 2018, 5 in 2018, that's why they're like, oh, it's a spike in homicides.
Oh, I see.
And it's all Satan's fault.
Oh.
So,
also, this is a really small town. Their population, estimated in 2017, is only 6,468 people.
Yeah, exactly.
That is small.
Yeah. When I read this, it said the town consists of 6,500 people.
Yep.
And some of the locals actually came at the police department, and that's why they took it down, because they said that some organizations and foundations, one of them being the Freedom of Religion Foundation, has like demanded that the police department retract their statement.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because they said officers have taken an oath and to protect and serve all citizens, including those who practice minority religions or not religious at all. Mm-hmm. So this is an inappropriate post. And somebody said that it sends a chilling message to non-Christians and non-believers that they're presumed guilty. Yeah. Because they're claiming that this is all their fault.
Yep. That's good for them to say that, because that's weird. Also, that's really scary. If someone like posts that, I feel like that just lead to like mass hysteria. I feel like that was like what happened with like the Salem witch trials.
Right.
Like, I feel like we're just asking for a bad turnout to this. I can't see how that would end well.
I don't either, but I'm just like, how are you going to just blame
like
a
Satan.
specific group of people who don't believe in whatever you believe in.
Right.
Yeah. So
and like they're even blaming the people who believe in their religion, and they're just saying you don't believe hard enough.
Exactly. This is your fault.
Right.
You
I feel like that's
better faith.
You're just gonna lead to people like spying on neighbors. Like, oh, are they praying?
Yeah.
I don't see them praying.
Exactly.
It's their fault.
This police department, I don't know. It's funny because even though they took it down, people are still commenting on their posts because they still post about like weather updates, police calls, like warrants. If you've seen this person, let us know. And then a lot of posts like from that police department, people are commenting about, oh, if you can't find them, blame Satan. or like with the weather post, oh, it's still cold, blame Satan. So I'm just like, oh wow, you guys really stuck your foot in your mouth with that one.
Yeah, man, I feel bad for whatever officer posted that thing on Facebook because they're probably in hot water.
Exactly.
I would hope so.
Put them on leave, like medical leave or something, because something is not okay.
Or you clearly have some other issue going on. Right. That is a small town, and that is a lot of homicides for a small town like that.
Yeah.
You have an issue.
But I feel like they should be able to, find the perpetrator who's doing these like killings or whatever. So if they're doing their job properly, anyway. But I suppose
they're scapegoating,
right? And I feel like they should be able to, after making an arrest of a suspect or something, or finding somebody who actually did the crime, ask them the reason. Be like, what's going on? They might have mental issues. They just might. There could be something seriously wrong, and then it might be affecting the rest of their little small town community. They need to look into things like that.
Also, so have they caught anyone in relation to these homicides?
No, they didn't
that's
say
rough.
that they did.
Yeah. That's embarrassing. That's not good.
It really is. If you're gonna blame Satan,
I know,
but we can blame Satan that you haven't found anybody.
I feel like maybe you guys aren't praying hard enough.
Right, exactly. To find, whoever's doing these.
Oh, man.
I don't think it's the same person, though, that's done the 5. I think it was...
Well, you would have a serial killer at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah, like in your small town.
Yeah. So, Ops Alabama, I wish y'all the best, but... maybe y'all pray more.
Yeah. Also, I'm just going to say, if it is Satan that is plaguing your town, I feel like you're going to have a lot worse issues coming up. Yeah. There's going to be like plagues. You're going to have like mass sickness.
This could be like something. The purge.
Right, exactly. If that is what's going on, like that's not good for you.
Yeah, prepare yourself.
Yeah, seriously.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
You don't know what's going to happen.
This is crazy, but I just thought that was like the most outlandish kind of statement for a police department.
I know.
To say that.
It's not like your crazy uncle,
Right, exactly.
Maybe your crazy uncle works at the police department.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I hope it's a joke.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be a joke.
Like a terrible joke.
Yeah.
That didn't mean to be posted.
Exactly.
Also in all caps. That is alarming.
Yeah.
I would be really scared if someone did that.
Me too. It's like you're screaming like at you're everybody
possessed.
Right?
Yeah, that's
They
not
could have
good.
been possessed.
They could have been. That could have been the person. You never know.
They need to look within the department because
that could have been Satan.
Yeah. And you guys, he's working with y'all. So
get the intern, kick him out.
I know, because they have to have like a social media person that
someone.
Yeah.
Or an admin or someone.
Something. Yeah. But I don't know. I just thought that was a crazy kind of allegation to make for a police department.
I agree. Take care out there, Alabama. Be careful.
And if you do feel like, Satan is behind it, then you just pray it away.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. Right. Good luck.
I don't know how that works. I'm sorry.
I don't know. You get a priest? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Maybe they do like an exorcisms or something.
God, that sounds awful. I feel like if you do that, you're going to get another homicide.
I know. Well, it's a small town. Maybe they can get everybody in like a rec center or something.
A rec center.
And then just like exercise all of them or something. God. I don't know.
Mass prayer. I don't know. Good luck.
Good luck, people out there in Alabama, Alabama. That was crazy. Satan is not on your guys' side, and I hope, for real though, I really hope there's no more homicides. Because
that is rough.
Homicides are horrible.
Also, that's a lot for a small town.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. So our next story here is the title is funny, so I titled it "It's Definitely Aliens," because if you listen to our one of our previous weird news episodes, I was talking about aliens.
Arianne is all about the conspiracy theories. We're changing this to a conspiracy theory podcast.
I know, right? But so this actually. In a previous episode, I talked about a weird smoke thing in the sky here in California that I actually seen, and I took some pictures and recorded it. But this actually happened in Russia, and it was like a black circle ring of I don't know what, just above Russia, Moscow to be specific.
Right. So it appeared in the sky.
Yeah.
Was it big? It didn't look that big.
Well, it was over a building, so I feel like it was
so like one building, not the whole town.
No, just over like a specific building. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back and talk about the aliens in Russia.
What happens to your decision making when you drink? Well, after one drink, you feel confident. A few more, and calling your ex at 1 a.m. seems like a great idea. And you're pretty sure the secret to a great taco is 4-day-old macaroni. The bottom line, drunk you doesn't make great decisions. So you're risking a DUI or worse if you count on him to get you home. Plan before you party. Get home safe. Brought to you by Washington Target Zero.
Welcome back to the GSMC Weird News Podcast. So before the break, I mentioned our next story, which happens to be based in Russia, Moscow specifically. So there was a bizarre black ring that appeared in the sky above, like, I don't know if it was like the town hall or whatever they have, but it was like it looked like a government building. Okay. In Moscow. So it was like a large black ring, and how I want to describe it to you is if you've ever seen or had a friend like blow those smoke circles out of their mouths, like with the vape, or like just regular
like a pipe
smoke,
or
something. It looked like that because when it first comes out, it's not like a whole ring. It's like kind of oblong, like it's not shaped like a full circle, but it kind of looked like that, except it was super large.
So it's kind of like a smoke oval.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was like a dark circle, like oval.
So it was black, gray, kind of like soot or something.
Yeah. And then it had like a weird, let me see. So if it's a black circle, but then over the top of it and kind of underneath, it has like dark kind of gray smoke, or I don't know.
It looks like someone shot up from the building a smoke ring, like a large smoke ring, and you can see the trail of the smoke behind it as it goes up into the sky.
Yeah.
That's weird. And it looks like a dome over the top of the circle.
Yeah, a dome of like lighter smoke. It's still dark smoke, but it's not as thick as the ring.
Right. It looks like like a cylinder just shot up in the air of smoke, but the ring is the most prominent part.
Exactly. And then on the sides, there's like some smoke like
coming off.
Yeah, it's so weird. Okay, it was so aliens, guys. I'm trying to tell you.
You heard it here first.
Right. Well, anyway, there was an eyewitness that actually took pictures of this and sent it into some like news or whatever, and he said the sighting looked like a UFO and that it was hanging in the air for like a long period of time. Like it did not go away like super quick.
Weird.
And the image, this was actually taken on December 7th, but the image wasn't posted until December 23rd.
Okay.
And so some people have commented that it could have been caused by weather. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it could be caused by weather. I'm just going to throw that out there. Heidi, did it look like it could be caused by weather?
I mean, weird weather.
Right.
I feel like if it was the weather, we'd have to have another story about their weather.
Right, exactly.
Because that's weird weather.
Another one said it looks like the aftermath of a large fireball or firework, which it does. It kind of looks like that.
It could. It looks like the building ceiling just opened up and shot out with like a smoke cannon.
Yeah.
Like a puff of smoke. Like I feel like you can get like a little toy gun that will shoot out like smoke rings, or it probably shoots out like dry ice smoke.
Okay.
It looks like the building just opened up from the ceiling, from the roof, and just shot out a big smoke cannon smoke ring.
Right.
And then it just
Dark
stayed
smoke.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's kind of what it looks like.
And then one person even commented and said these happen every night at Disneyland with their World of Color show after the big fireball. Somebody came back with that and said, well, this isn't Disneyland, this is Russia. We're in Moscow.
It's not the happiest place on earth.
So exactly. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, Moscow.
Yeah, exactly. We know who your president is.
Yeah,
or
I'm
whoever.
sorry.
But yeah, that's what they were saying. So the authorities are saying that this is most likely a smoke ring. However, they have no explanation as to how or why.
Oh my gosh.
It was in the air. So there you go, guys.
So
it
is aliens. Yeah.
It was aliens.
This really does, like this story and the one we shared last time about like the light and the smoke that was in the sky in California.
Yeah.
These are like the starts to Marvel films.
They really
This
are.
is like in Marvel movies when you see like clips of like the news and everyone's like, we can't explain this. It's always like Iron Man or something.
Exactly.
That's what this looks like to me.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's superheroes. I'm just saying it could be.
Right.
Or aliens.
Aliens,
connected to superheroes.
I would like to see superhero Thor can come on.
Right.
down.
If Thor wants to come,
right,
that's fine.
he can help save us. I mean, that's how the one did. Like, it was like a slit in like the whatever kind of verse, and they like went through like the
whatever that one was.
Yeah, and
there's so many now.
Even
Who
the
knows?
circle is like, okay, like the big metal robot things are gonna just fall through that.
Right, it looks like we're
circle.
gonna be attacked by aliens.
I know, it's aliens, you guys.
We are saying this on record.
Letting
Definitely
you guys know
aliens.
this first.
They're going for Moscow, so get ready.
They really are. So that was an interesting. If you look it up, just look up like black smoke ring in Russia, and you'll be able to see a picture of it, because it does look kind of like somebody just like blasted off like a fireball.
Yeah.
Or,
I mean, if there's a fireball, what would that be from?
Exactly. But they're saying that they have no explanation for it. Like nothing went off.
That's so scary.
It really
Maybe
is.
it was a failed fireball. Like someone tried to and then just failed.
Right.
I don't know. That's just Putin taking off in the air.
I know, right? Could have been. Or even like, because it looked like it was over like some government building or something. I'm just assuming it's
just the
government
Kremlin.
building. It looked like, they could have shot off like a missile or something, just like as a tester. I don't know.
Right. Good to do that over your capital city.
Exactly.
Good planning.
Good job, guys. We know where we keep your guys.
Right, yeah.
It's fine.
It's like Kanye's iPhone password. We all know.
We all know it.
We all know.
The next story is gonna go along with the aliens, guys, because
no,
she's crazy. She's not crazy. So this is about a psychic that lived in
Russia.
Where did she? No, she. Lived
the
in,
Balkans.
Yeah, where did she live? Right here. She lived in Bulgaria.
Oh, okay.
So her name, she was a blind psychic who predicted like the Twin Towers attack and the rise of ISIS. And she has made some predictions for 2019, which they have said that it is going to be worldwide gloom.
How did she predict? So did she like say ISIS, or was she just like a group of like religious extremists will rise up? Because that like, is she generic or is she specific?
I think she was a little bit generic in her predictions. And I'll read some of those off, but she's not alive anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, they called her Baba Vanga.
Okay.
And she has been dubbed the Nostradamus of the Balkans for her predictions. So when she was, a little bit of a backstory before, she grew up in Bulgaria, and at the age of 12, she was involved in like some weird weather catastrophe where she claimed that she was like picked up by a gust of wind, and then she went missing for like a few days. And when her parents found her, she was like in the middle of a field. Her eyes were like sealed shut with like dirt and stuff.
What?
And so she ended up going blind. Yeah. Which she, like the area she grew up in, it was, she was raised in a village located at the foot of a volcanic mountain range.
Oh.
And at that time it was called the Ottoman Empire.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
So anyway, but she did pass. She was 85 years old when she passed away in, I want to say 95 or 96. I've seen both.
Oh, so back in like 95 or 96, she claimed that 2019 would be gloom?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That makes it a little bit more believable. She did it back then.
Yeah, so she's been making predictions for a very long period of time, but most of her predictions were like recorded or written down. Like she had somebody there to write stuff down.
Interesting.
Yeah. So with the ones that she had written down, I'm just going to read some of the ones that she had predicted for 2019. Not all of them. I do want to say that when I was reading this article, they said that of her predictions, around 85 to they are accurate around 85 to 90% of the time.
Okay.
So she's either off by a year or the way she words it, it's different. So, yeah, actually, let's take a quick break and then I'll come back and read the 2019 predictions and then some of the future predictions that she also had.
This is going to be depressing.
And they mostly are. Most of her predictions are a little
They're
dark.
never good.
They're not good at all. So stay with us to hear about these predictions.
What happens to your decision making when you drink? Well, after one drink, you feel confident. A few more, and calling your ex at 1 a.m. seems like a great idea. And you're pretty sure the secret to a great taco is 4-day-old macaroni. The bottom line, drunk you doesn't make great decisions. So you're risking a DUI or worse if you count on him to get you home. Plan before you party. Get home safe. Brought to you by Washington Target Zero.
Welcome back to the GSMC Weird News Podcast. I'm going to jump into these predictions that this Baba Vanga, that's what her name was, yeah. What they called her anyway, what she predicted for 2019. So she said it was going to be gloomy and miserable. Well, what she said, gloomy and miserable will blight 2019.
Okay.
So, yeah, I hope not.
That's not good.
It's really not, because that's like now.
Yeah.
An assassination attempt on Vladimir Putin. Look out,
Did
Putin.
she say Vladimir Putin?
Yeah, she did. Because she
What?
also predicted him winning their 2018 election, Russia's 2018 election. Yeah, Vladimir Putin.
By name. Was
Yeah.
he ruling at that time when she died?
I don't think he was ruling, but I do believe he was like somehow involved in
Like
government.
he was known. Yeah.
So, she predicted his win there. She predicted a mega tsunami that will strike Asia and that will affect Pakistan, India, parts of China, Japan, Indonesia, and parts of Alaska. That's how large this tsunami is going to be.
I really hope these don't come true.
Yeah. So, a meteorite that will land in Russia. If you just heard our last conversation, that's probably the beginning of it. It's aliens. Oh my gosh. So yeah, meteorite in Russia. It could have been the aftermath of a meteorite.
Oh,
we don't
gosh.
know. I don't know. But then she predicted that Donald Trump will fall ill to a mysterious illness, leaving him deaf and suffering from brain trauma.
Did she say Trump? Like
Yes.
by name?
Uh-huh.
What?
She said Donald Trump. So
He was just a realtor at that time.
yeah.
But
it's interesting because when she said Trump will fall to an illness, the wording was weird because she said him, but in context, it seems like the reign of Trump, because then they mentioned that some of the government workers in like Cuba and China have experienced illnesses that leave them hard of hearing with some kind of brain trauma and nausea. And all this stuff.
I did hear about that.
Yeah. So it could, I don't know if it had to deal specifically with him or maybe because he's the
like
president
the
right
people
now,
who work for
or-
his government.
Yeah. So that's why I was just like, that's weird.
Because that happened.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, man.
You can connect dots if you want to. I'm not going to. I could.
She's not going to go too far
Right.
on her on her like aliens.
Exactly.
Oh, gosh.
She also predicted that Europe was to experience a catastrophic economic collapse. Oh. And we all know that the queen is very sick right now. So I don't know if that has to do. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's already like supposedly handed over the reins to Prince Henry because the Prince of Wales, Henry and William's dad, he's not, or Harry and William, his dad's not gonna. He's just gonna stay Prince of Wales because he knows like what's the point because I only have a short time left
he
to
would
live.
reign.
Yeah, so and I did read a few times that she has been in public and like has almost collapsed a few times.
Well, that wouldn't cause economic collapse though.
No,
because they're more just like figureheads.
Yeah. So that was that. She reportedly made hundreds of predictions, though. It's like I said, they were written down and recorded. And then how people started getting to know who she was and how she became really big on her predictions is she predicted the sinking of the Kursk in 2000. What the Kursk is, it was a nuclear-powered cruise missile submarine of the Russian Navy. And it actually sank in August of 2000, and so what happened was it was in the Barents Sea and it sank and it got lost and 118 people on board died.
That's not good. A nuclear powered cruise? No, that's not good.
Yeah. So she predicted that, and that's kind of what blew her up a little bit, where people were like, what? She's
that's a very specific.
Yeah. Yeah. So with her like specifications on like Vladimir Putin or Donald Trump is like crazy because she said like the Kursk will sink. And it's like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
But some of the other like future predictions that she has mentioned, which she doesn't give a specific time on, but not like future. Some are future, some are just other predictions. But she had predicted World War III, so whenever that comes, I guess, I don't know, if it comes, it will be with the aliens.
This is a very blanket statement to make then.
I know. So World War III, she predicted the 2018 Russian election, which was Putin's win.
Right, so she was proven correct on that one.
Yeah.
Putin did win.
Exactly. And then she predicted chemical attacks on Syria.
What?
Yeah, she said they were she actually said chemical mask attacks or something like that in her prediction. She then predicted that the 44th president of the United States will be black, but then she also said that he would be the last president. So that's how that can be like contradicting there. But then I did want to mention that to some people he is the last president. Because
right, so to some Obama is the last. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So then she was right, I guess you could say, on half of that.
On a sense of it, yeah. Because some people don't accept Trump. They're just like, no, Obama's still my president. And so that's, I don't know if that could be it. But then she says that China will overtake the U.S. as a superpower. And if you watch the news, then
seems like that's what they're saying.
Seem like that's where things could be going. You never know. But then she was predicting the melting of the polar ice caps, which I feel like we already knew this was going to happen because people have been talking about it for like the past couple of years. And cloning technology for doctors. So that's just a few of them. But a lot of them are just kind of dark stuff, guys. But again, she was raised in Bulgaria. She died in 95, 96 at the age of 85. So when I was reading this, most of her predictions were like, 1978, 79, 82, early 80s, late 70s. So I was like, wow. She had to be in like her 60s. Or no, it was longer than that. I'm still thinking 20 years ago was in like the 80s.
I do feel like she's putting pretty generic like predictions that I feel like could just end up being true because like I don't know, some of them are specific and some of them are not.
Right.
I feel like the more generic ones, like melting of the polar ice caps. Like,
yeah, that is
I don't know.
World War III. I mean, if there was
Right.
a 1 and 2, let's just keep going.
I feel like anyone's gonna predict World War III.
I know, like
you
we
know?
could right now.
Right.
World War III, Heidi.
Right, and then we're
We don't know
famous
when,
for that.
but
Yeah,
exactly.
sure.
Yeah.
I'll put my money on
We
that.
said it, yeah.
At some point, there'll probably be a World War
Sure.
III.
Okay, this is recorded, you guys.
Yeah, hopefully after I'm gone.
Right.
But I'll just throw that in there too. Sure. After I'm gone, World War III will occur.
Exactly.
But I don't know. That feels very generic that would be, I don't know. I just feel like it's one of those things where like once someone points it out to you, you see it everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like someone points out a certain type of car and then you
yeah.
see it on the road all the time.
Or one that you're dreaming of, your dream
Right.
car, and that's where you see everywhere.
I feel like that could be one of those things. Like someone points
Yeah.
out like the ice caps are going to melt and then you're like, oh my God, they are. Like in retrospect, you'd be
Yeah.
like, she was totally right.
But it's like, the news has been talking about that,
Right,
so-
exactly. I also feel like by the time she passed, like around the time that she passed, people were already talking about that.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
talking about China.
Right, and I mean, at that time, even clone technology,
Right.
it's been mentioned.
Yes.
So if she died
Does she
in
watch
the,
the
late
news?
90s,
Then I don't
well,
trust
she didn't
that.
watch it. I'm sure she listened
Well,
because she was
okay,
blind.
sure.
But
Good call.
yeah, I'm saying you can listen to the news or listen to the radio and hear things that could be going on. Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
Interesting.
yeah. On a last little topic that I am going to mention here is, we all know the Home Alone star Macaulay Culkin, the
Yes.
first and second Home Alone star. So this is just weird to me that I didn't even know he was still alive. I thought he was like some crackhead.
You thought he
somewhere.
was, like, dead?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So not like mentally alive. Because I think the last I heard of him, he was trying to start some weird band and he looked like he'd been on drugs.
I think
for,
he
like,
had been on
the
drugs
later
for a
part of-
while.
Yeah.
He was in a recent commercial, which was pretty funny.
I think I saw that one.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. Maybe he's trying to get his life back together. But he went on a Twitter poll. He did a Twitter poll on his Twitter and asked his, I guess, followers what he should legally change his middle name to. He wanted to change his middle name. And his options,
What was his existing middle name?
So his current middle name is Carson, but he
So
said
Macaulay Carson Culkin.
Culkin, yeah.
Yeah, that is a weird name.
Yeah, that's a tongue twister in
Yeah.
itself. Like, who wants to say all that? Sorry.
Yeah, I could see why he'd put that on a
But
Twitter
yeah,
poll.
so he said in 2019 the winning thing on his poll, that's what he's going to change his middle name
Oh,
to.
wow.
And so they were Macaulay Culkin was a choice. And
Wait,
then,
just his name would
yeah.
be like Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And then Shark Week, Kieran, which is his brother's first name, the McRib is back, and and publicity stunt. So can you guess which one?
The McRib is back.
No.
Darn it.
Macaulay Culkin. So that's what won. So people are voted mostly on his own name to be his middle name. So I guess he's saying that in 2019, my new legal name will be Macaulay Culkin. So
Interesting. That's kind of
why?
funny, though.
It's funny. It's weird. Why would you do that? Nobody cares.
I mean, they should have chosen publicity stunt.
stunt,
because that's
exactly.
what it is. Well, who knows? Hopefully it's just up from here.
Yeah.
New name, new you, new year.
But it's not a new name.
I know that. Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's
So no
Good
new
luck.
name, but you're just adding your name to your name. Good luck with that.
You really don't use your middle name that much, so.
You don't. I mean, some people have to or their middle initial
Oh, true. Yeah.
in their
name. Yeah.
Yeah. So, or maybe just use a single name. I don't know. Why don't you just go by Macaulay?
Macaulay Culkin.
Or just, I mean, he doesn't have to be.
Oh, he could
Macaulay,
be like
he
Madonna. Just go by his first name.
Or Cher. Or
He's not good enough
Zendaya.
for that. We
I
can't
don't
put
know.
him in the category of Cher.
I know, right?
It's weird. Well, good luck.
Yeah,
Hope that
I
helps
wish
you
the
somehow.
best. Anyway, that is our episode of Weird News this time. Join us next time for some more interesting stories that we dig up.